Surface is king. Okay, the number one variable that you can control. Surface.
Yeah. If you ain't chasing this money, then I cut you off like it's nothing. I'm a focused and never no bluffing, cause I can't see my family struggling. Hell nah, run it up fast. Stack it up, get in your bag. Hey,
just give me my money.
Hey, ain't nothing but hard workers and playmakers that I really be around.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Simple here, man. We back with another SaucedCutzBowling video, man. Today I got a special treat for y'all. Something that I've been talking about that I want to do a video on, man. This was very important. Good information. And also, I got another special guest with me, man. My dog, man. You feel me? My guy.
Hey.
103K in the chat, man. Well, appreciate you stopping by.
Hey, man.
Appreciate you stopping by, man. Hey, so today we're going to talk about a very important topic, man. That's something that everybody should be talking about. Everybody should be, like, thinking about anytime they get on the lanes. And that's surface, okay? Surface is very important. Surface is probably one of the most important aspects, probably the most important variable that I was taught in my my class when I took the bronze level. Big shout out to Stephen Padilla, my gold level coach. Surface is probably the number one variable when it comes to things that you deal with on the lane. Surface combats it the most. Anything you want to add on that?
Yeah, surface is going to be your friend. You don't know what to, for one, out of box finish from the factory, it's great, and you don't know, sometimes you get that over under.
You get that, right.
If you hit it with a pad out the box, you get a more consistent roll right out the gate. Yes. And if you consistently do that, over time you see a consistent ball motion with the ball you're throwing.
Yes.
And it can really benefit you, especially when you're changing, you see what the different surfaces do for your bowling balls.
Yes.
So like if I need something to go a little bit, hook a little bit more front to back, stronger. People don't realize that. Stronger is front to back, not left to right.
Not that
when you need that more predictable, stronger motion, you want a lower grit ball.
Yes.
You want a lower grit surface, I should say.
Yes.
When you have a high friction house like we do, you need more shine, or maybe a higher surface, a smoother surface, something that can allow the ball to get cleaner through the fronts and then have a little bit more on the back end wise.
Sure, man. Hey, man, but he just dropped some gems, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the things he just said was, out the box ain't the best. Especially depending on your bowling identity. You know what I'm saying? Bowling identity means if you're speed dominant. If you're speed dominant, you definitely don't want a lot of shine. If you're rev dominant, you don't want a lot of teeth. If you're match, it depends on like we talked about earlier. It depends on the lane conditions. You know, low rev, low speed, mid rev, mid speed, and then of course high rev, high speed. All right, so we're gonna go through and talk about all the surface grits. When to do it, how to do it, what do it, who do it, when they do it, why they don't do it, pause, all that good stuff. All right. Guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man. This is important information, guys. This is stuff that I learned the hard way. I'm not gonna lie.
And I didn't know any of this until I was in the shop. Like, I did not know anything about surfaces until I was in here, and it changed my whole game.
Bruh, I learned this the hard way. Trust me, this is good information. All right, so let's get into it. I'll be right back. So guys, here we go real quick. So to get started, I'm going to go through each of the pads. They'll talk about the differences, the different grits. There are different brands of pads, man. You got the CTD True Cut pads. Yep. Really good. Big shout out to him. You have the Vice. They have their version of sanding pads. The Sierra pads. You got the Abalone. Any other pads I'm missing? I
think that's it. Other than that, like you said, they also have pads on Amazon you can buy. I don't know what brand they are, but from what I've seen, you can get those stupid cheap. And they have, just like these are from 180 grit to 4,000 on Amazon. I've seen like as low as 80 grit. But now those also could be different things, like home makeover things, like doing things at home with sanding pads you might need. That's something that could be used for as well, not just bowling equipment.
Exactly. So that's another thing to think about. If you're like in carpentry work, home design, car part detailing, car restoration, they use a lot of the pads as well for like painting and details and makeover. So like for example, when you get a dent in your car, you take it to the body shop. They take whatever grit sanding pad, sand it down, paint. So that's literally part of it. So real quick, I wanted to just show y'all that I'm gonna go through each of the pads, and then I'm gonna have my boy Drew talk about the different polishes, because that's also part of surfaces. All right, just because surface is, it don't have to be the grit to make it surface. You can also have a shine surface. So I haven't talked about that. So real quick, I just want to show y'all I have a 240 grit, which is not the lowest, and then I have a 4,000 grit. So I kind of wanted to show y'all what that looks like real quick. So if you, oh shoot, my fault. So you see it, the 240 grit has the more teeth, is more coarse. All right. Then the 4,000 grit is less coarse, a lot more smoother. All right. So think about it like this: the lower you get in the number, the more surface, the more teeth, the more grit, the more coarse. So we have a 180 grit. All right. This is what they use on tours. Like, look at this. This don't look like a street.
Yeah. Your ball. You use that. Your ball's gonna look like it's chalk.
Right. Fact. Straight matte. All right. So we got 180. We have 360, 500, 1K, 1,000, 1,500, 1,500, 2,000, 3K, 4K. All right, and all these play a significant part in ball motion. Okay, remember, there's ways to manipulate ball motion. You can of course get a new ball.
Yep.
You can change your layout.
Yep.
You can change your axis tilt and axis rotation. Remember that? Hey, no tilt. Wait, rotation. Tilt. All right, but also you can also alter the surface. All right, another part of altering the surface is
the polish.
All right.
And polishes, each company typically has their own B7, B6.
No.
We
B6. It ain't 7 companies no more. No, I'm joking.
But we use the compound. The compound puts it to a 15 grit and then polish. Very light polish, but what it does is no matter what surface you're putting on the ball, it's going to naturally still put some teeth texture to it, but give it that shine to help it snap more off the spot, give you that more clean back end motion. Storm uses the Power Edge. Most of their bowling balls now, if you look them up online, a lot of their shinier stuff is 1,000 and then Power Edge. Again, they're wanting that teeth underneath that shine, and then once that ball can get down lane easy, it can really take off the spot. Powerhouse makes factory finish. Factory finish used to be, when I first started in here, was like the main polish to use. All the older companies used it. Ebonite, when it was just Ebonite, Track, Columbia, and Hammer. When I first started in here, that's all they used was factory finish. Now, Vice has slip agents, different ones, but one of the ones that works best for my seniors is this slip agent, because of the fact that it puts it to, it's a slip agent, I think it's the 6,000 compound, but it creates the longest length possible with a reduced back end motion. So when you have your senior bowlers, again, matching up surfaces and to bowlers based on lane conditions, we have a high friction house. A lot of my senior bowlers need easy down lane, but they don't need that crazy check mark off the spot. They can't understand they can't predict when it's going to move, and they can't control it.
Right.
So with them, the reduced back end just gives them that clean down lane, really clean down lane, and a little bit more of a rounded shape back end motion. So more of a sweeping motion instead of that check off the spot. And a lot of them love it. And since then, that's a polish I have to keep in the shop. Not just for my seniors, my youth bowlers. Youth bowlers that are, especially two-handers, that are rev dominant. Again, going to the players, rev dominant, no speed. They need that. They can't have a ball that yes, they want predictability, but they also need something that can get through the fronts clean. Now, again,
I hate Dakota. Video of Dakota throwing the concept.
Yes, and it's just because he's got so much hand in the ball and not a lot of speed. When his ball sees that friction point, it wants to move. And Dakota loves to throw his ball to the two board because he wants to see that ball take off. So again, things like that make a big difference in your game. Me personally, this is my full effect. I love this ball because of the fact that I have immediately out the box hit it with surface. I learned being in the shop for several years that, again, sometimes out the box finish, it can work good, and it might not be what you need right away. It's shiny out the box, I'm gonna hit it with like a 4,000 or a 3,000, and because the lanes are the oil from the lanes is gonna change the ball, change the surface on the ball itself. So the more, if this is a 3,000 and I bowl a 3-game set with it, when I'm done, it's probably more at like a 5,000 or even higher, depending on how much oil we have out there. So that's where changing that surface on the ball can, again, make it easier, and then I can get a better idea immediately out the gate. It doesn't take me 6 games, it doesn't take me 12 games or more to figure out what the ball is going to do. I'm understanding it right away, and now I'm loving the ball right away, as opposed to like coming back into the pro shop a week later, hey man, this ball is just not doing anything. Because we get a lot of people that say this ball is not doing what I want it to do.
Yep.
Well, what are you looking for it to do? And then if we can talk it out and talk it through with you, we can better help you understand why it's not doing that, why it's doing what it's doing, and then we can help you by altering the surfaces.
Yes.
If you need polish, if you need a dull finish to it to help make it more predictable, things like that, we can do that in a shop. And you can do that even at home.
Yes.
You can do that on the road. You can do that when you show up for league 15 minutes early. You can buy sanding pads and do it yourself. It's just a matter of figuring out what works best for you and how to do it to benefit your game the best. Make your game easier for you, less effort. That's the goal, is you always want to be less effort.
Bruh, listen, y'all. I just got the heebie. Again, this is information that I didn't have.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, let me say this. Sometimes out the box ain't best for you. One's because it may not match up to your bowling idea, as you said. But also, you can never get that ball back to box finish. So it's best to hit that ball with some surface. It's best to alter the surface a little bit. Or even if it's polished, take it out, hit it with 5, hit it with 1, put polish back on it. So that way you know what you did to get that polish. Because once you throw that ball, you don't know what machines that Brunswick had, what machines that Storm had, or you don't know how often they change in their pads. Because the pads, which we're going to talk about, the pads does change. Okay?
Yes.
So this is good information, man. Like, this is huge. So we're gonna talk about how to surface, when to surface. There's people that's about to go to nationals. There's people that's watching the pros and they're throwing a spare ball. You like, how they throwing a spare ball? My spare ball goes straight. Theirs is hooking. Surface is king. Real quick before we dive super into it, kind of give you like a chart in a sense. So 180 is probably for like professional levels. I should say 180 360. I would say urethane-ish. With my sports shot, sometimes when I use urethane, I know I'm on a shorter pattern. A lot of people think me say this. A lot of people, when they see that the lower grits and they're thinking more hook, they're thinking of more turn, which is not the case. More hook. Remember, hook is when the ball gains traction in the oil and it starts to read the lane. Okay, it makes the ball flare more. More flare meaning fresher cover stock is touching the lane surface. Okay, so 180 360 allows the ball to hook more. So when I'm on a shorter pattern, i.e. wolf, i.e. bat, using that because I want the ball to read early in the fronts. What Drew just brought up, the lower surfaces make your ball hook earlier, read earlier, so I can be more controlled down lane. All right.
Something to add into that, because I used to think when I first doing a sports shot, I was like, oh man, I'm on a short pattern. Let me put extra shine to this ball and it's gonna work good. The problem with that is when shine meets friction,
bye.
No matter if it's 50 feet down lane or 30 feet down lane, that ball is checking. So what I had to learn was on a shorter pattern, surface is your best friend because it's going to slow down that ball. It's going to make it roll off the spot as opposed to jump. And that roll is more predictable. Even though no matter what you do on 32 feet, that ball is moving. Like if you're not hitting your target, that ball is checking. So that is just something that I learned, again, being in the shop that, I've seen personally on the lane and I've seen the difference for it,
That's good information, bro. So just remember that, when you watch the pros, they're using a lot of surface on short patterns because they want to control that back end. So what you just said is good information. So let's say if you get on, now you're dealing with a little more reactive. We have 500, we have 1,000. I'll slide in 1,500 in the middle. So now you're dealing with like still, shorter patterns. You want that ball to read a little early.
Make it more archy.
More archy. That's a good way to put it. 1,500, 2,000, medium-ish patterns. Not too long, not too short. You don't want it to burn up too much, but it's kind of like more of your benchmark area. Okay.
I would say a lot of your house shots. You can get away with like that 15 and higher, just because again it's a little bit smoother surface, not as gritty, so the ball doesn't tend to read too much front to back, and can still save energy, have a back end motion for you.
Yes. And then of course now you're dealing with 3,000, 4,000. That's and then going towards the
polishes.
Okay, when you want your ball just to not read as early, but to have a little more down lane, kind of skid through the fronts a little more, have that skid phase a little longer, shorter hooking window, but a little bit more snappy on the back end. So those are your pads, man. So all right, guys. So real quick, I just want to show y'all real quick how to surface. Let's say if you was at home. So what we have here, this is polish. Okay, it's just the striking Viking. This is, I'm not saying this right here is actually at 2,000. I'm about to hit it with a 240, so y'all can kind of see the matte finish. He has a full effect here, which is at polish.
Yeah, this is a box finish, which is, don't quote me on it. I want to say 1,000 and compound. That's typically what we've been doing from the factory. This is my personal one that I've hit with. I went back to box finish. I went 500, 1,000. But for me to get again better for my game, better ball motion, I went 1,000 and a 3,000 sanded.
Gotcha.
So that way, once I throw it, typically for me, 3,000 will last me a good game and a half, and then I'll start to see the lane shine on it. And again, that surface is constantly getting higher, smoother. So it naturally, what I like about a 3,000 as the game goes on, the ball the ball itself will transition with the lane.
Yes.
So when I start to move left and I need more off the spot, it shines itself up to give me that more down lane motion, as opposed to out the gate, I need that more front to back and fresh on the fresh.
Good information, I'm trying to tell you. So what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna hit this with some surface, man. I'm plugging my Viking. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me show y'all this plug work, man. Show y'all what we be doing in here, man. You know what I'm saying? Check this out, y'all. Gotta get y'all close over to this bad boy. Look at this. What plug work? Well, wait till I cut that down, but that thing gonna look like it's fresh from the factory, man. Look, he back there hating y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
Nah.
I told him if we want to have a plug off, I get one too.
Wait, what?
No, pause.
Hey,
pause.
yo. Oh my gosh. I don't want to have a plug off.
Oh no.
All right, guys. So real quick, I'll keep it as that. So real quick, so how I surface? Here's what I do. I always try to make sure I have some cleaner. All right. Spray the ball. And now I'm not gonna lie. You want to surface the whole ball because that's what you're supposed to do. All right. Now, here's for me. The most important part is your track. If you're being real, so you really just hit your track. But you ain't hear that from me. You want to surface your whole ball. SaucedCutzBowling ain't giving out bad information. So I put cleaner on the ball. And I put cleaner on the pad. That actually helps preserve the pad as well. Mm-hmm. These are going to get used up. So over time, if you keep using this 240 gonna probably turn to a 360, 360, and so forth and so forth and so forth.
Yep.
All right. Because Drew actually had a good point.
I was about to say that's where for me on all my sanding pads that I keep in my book bag when I go to tournaments, I have a Sharpie and I mark on the back of them with a tally every time I use it. That way I can keep track of how many times I've used it to then know, like somebody just said, once I've used it 5, 6, maybe 8 times. Now my 2,000 is really at a 3,000, maybe even higher than that. My 1,000 is probably at a 2,000 now. And so not only am I, now one thing is I don't have to immediately trash a sanding pad after using it 8 times. I can actually use it still.
Yes.
And I can know now, okay, well, it's getting close to time for me to toss it because I've used it a dozen times now.
Yes.
So that does make a big difference. And once I've started doing that, it really helps me know, okay, I've had this, I've got this for so many times. Because I used to just put new and old, but then I don't know how many times I've used it. So the tally marks have really made a big difference for me, helping me out with that.
And same thing, just off of that, what I'll do is, that's smart. I didn't do the tally marks. I will start doing that. What I would do is, like where I have 240 here, I would take a marker and put 240 on the back, because as you start to use these will start to wear out, and you'll be like, you'll have, no lie, you will literally have a 2K pad and a 4K pad, like, but it has nothing on the back because they wore out. And you're like, man, which one is which? You know what I'm saying? So
I've done the same thing because I do that too. I put I'll write with the Sharpie. I'll write out the number because, like you said, they fade, and you'll get to a point where you've used it so many times. You're like, man, I don't know which one this
exactly,
is.
Right. You hoping that you hit it.
Yeah.
And it's a 4K, and that don't go along, and now you wasted practice time, blah blah blah. So real quick, I just want to show y'all like what surfacing does. So I'm gonna take some more cleaner. Just spray the towel because you're gonna have to wipe this excess gunk off.
I mean, you could leave it on there. Just more traction. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Don't do that, please.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. So, what it does is just put the like minor scratches in the ball. So I'm gonna come and get a close up so y'all can kind of see it. From there, you probably can already see the difference. Again, that's 240. That's out of box, which is shiny. So let me get a good close up here. And
what some people might not know too is, if you look at the ball through like a microscope, it's peaks and valleys. When you sand it, now you're kind of showing that off a little bit more, that you can feel that it's peaks and valleys in it, where before it looks like a smooth surface like this. Mm-hmm. When it's sanded, you can really see that it's not just a complete smooth surface. You see the texture and the teeth in the ball and on that Coverstock to help grip and read it.
Yes. So like what he just said, guys, you can literally like see the scratches.
And another good thing too is, your dull balls are going to absorb oil faster because it's open up the pores.
Yes.
Your polished balls, shiny bone balls, the pores are actually closed because of the polish.
Yes.
So it actually, you'll pick up more oil, and this ball will absorb more oil faster than this ball will because of the shine on this ball. It actually skates and pushes the, doesn't allow the ball to absorb oil as quickly.
So guys, literally, like you can see the difference. Like I'm gonna turn this to the G. You can literally see the difference. Where again, surface is king. Like remember, that's vital. So that look like two totally different bowling balls. Okay. So understanding that, what Drew just said is important too. The more teeth you have, the more oil you absorb because again the pores are open, and of course the less grit, the less teeth, you're more closing the pores. So just be mindful that there's times when you're gonna have to probably sweat the oil out as well.
Yes.
That's good information as well. So wanted to show y'all that.
And again, this is why the pros have 2 of the same ball or 3 or 4 of the same ball.
Yes.
Because they'll have not only a different layout on the bowling balls, but they'll have different surfaces.
Yes.
They might have the same layout on 2 balls and just one with surface, one with not, you know?
Absolutely.
For that reason, to give them that little bit of a difference. There's so many things we can do and change other than hand position.
Yes.
And our game, we can manipulate ball motion drastically by doing different things other than layouts, or changing balls itself. Yeah. You can surface the ball to, again, make that ball motion honestly completely different.
Yes, night and day.
Yeah,
night and day.
yeah.
And that's vital. Like this is important because you can literally go from, like for example, when I did the PBA tournament, I wish I had 2 concepts.
Yes, yeah, you said that, yeah.
I wish I had 2 concepts.
Because you could have had one with, and that's again, the PBA guys know in their mind, I can start with this one, but when this one is no longer carrying like I need to, I can go to my other fresh cover or my other ball with surface and get that same ball motion.
Exactly. Or later. Like for example,
yeah.
when for me, I was doing a concept at 500 grit. Of course, it started to pick up, but it was striking. But when it stopped carrying, I wish I had one at 1,000. So the higher grit, more, I mean, way less than 500, of course, but it would at least gave me some more like length to where it could turn into the pocket. So, or even one at 2,000, like So this is good information. It's vital. Remember that again, guys. The lower the grit, the earlier the ball weed. Resurface is king. That can make a ball stronger than another ball, literally. Like just because the Viking is stronger than, let's say,
Next Factor.
Like Next Factor. If I hit this Next Factor with 240 grit, this Next Factor is now stronger than the Viking. You get what I'm saying? Because again, surface is king. So surface touched the lane. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a lot of these questions. So just because you change the surface, it doesn't change the cover stop. Here's what I mean.
That's true.
If the ball is a pearl, this is a hybrid. That's a pearl, right?
Nope, this is a hybrid as well.
Oh, we got 2 hybrids. So,
yeah.
All right,
I didn't even think about that.
So the ball is a hybrid. This ball is still a hybrid. It's just now a sanded hybrid. If the ball is a solid and we put polish on it, it's still a solid. It's just now a polished solid. If the ball is a pearl, let's just say, for example, this is a pearl cover stop. Now it's a sanded pearl. All right? So it doesn't have to be, just because you change the surface and put a matte surface, a touch to it, doesn't make you changing the cover stock. The cover stock is the makeup of it. So for example, like I showed in the in one of the reviews I did, I talked about how to be able to tell the difference between like the hybrids, 2-part pearl, 2-part solid. It's literally the particles in the cover stock itself. So for a solid, there are no particles, but for a pearl, you can see the particles. So I'll do a close up again because I know y'all don't watch video, man. Y'all hard-headed. Real quick, just kind of show y'all what I mean is, so if you look, this ball I believe is 2-part pearl, 1-part solid. So if you look at find y'all a good one. So if you look at the silver, the red, you see those like little silver flakes in it?
That ain't red, man. That's orange.
Oh my God. Y'all, he's really serious. He got glasses on. But if you see those, these silver flakes in it, those are the pearl particles what makes the ball, that part of the cover stock, a pearl.
It's copper.
It says copper. If you look at the purple, there are no particles in there. So that's what makes it a solid. So this ball is 2-part pearl, 1-part solid. So with that being said, it's a hybrid, still a hybrid. I just changed it to a sanded hybrid. Hybrid, or let's get another one. Let's say, for example, the Next Factor.
Yep.
If I hit this with surface, the Next Factor is a pearl already. If I hit it with surface, still a pearl. It's just a sanded pearl. Okay, we have
which that's a really weak cover pearl.
Yes.
So that's a really good ball to hit with surface.
Yep. So again, I just want to show you another one. So this is the Venji. It's a solid, but if we put polish on it, it's still a solid. Okay? It's just gonna
There's
be
no
a
particles
solid.
in it.
There's no particles in it. So just because you change the surface doesn't mean you change the cover stock. That is vital. That is important.
Yes.
All right.
Again, it's all about what you prefer. What comes easier for you
In your game.
in your game.
That's deep. That's deep, man, bro. I didn't have this. Bro, this is good information, y'all. True story. I had an envy. Don't tell nobody this. I had an envy, and I watched the video, and they didn't explain hook, right? So this is important. Hook in the ball phases. Skid, hook, roll. It's not skid, flip, roll, and it's not skid, hook, flip. There's a reason I say that. Okay, hooking again is when the ball is getting traction in the oil. So when I heard the term hook, the average league bowler think hook is that.
Yep.
So I'm like, more hook. Oh, bet. I had an Envy, which is a really strong ball.
Yes.
From the B6 brand, B2, whatever. How many y'all got? All right, so it's a really strong ball, okay? It's an Envy, so I'm thinking, oh, more hook. I need to see more turn. Mm-hmm. I immediately took a 360 pad. They said, 360, more hook? Bet. I took a 360 pad. Well, it looked just like this. This is a true story. Man, I threw that ball during the league. Man, when I say that ball went straight, because the ball picked up so early, it hooked so early that it had nothing down lane. So it's vital to know the more surface, the more hook. Hook, the earlier it reads. The earlier it reads, the smoother it will be, okay? The higher surfaces, you now can retain and store a little more energy for if you're doing a 1500, 2000, a little more predictable. You might have a little something on the back end depending on your ball speed, your rev rate. And if you get the 3000, 4000 polish, now you're really going to store more energy for down lane, okay? So that's important, guys. That's huge, all right? Next, I just kind of want to show y'all like how to achieve steps. So for example, if you want to polish something, if you want to surface something, like, and what Andrew was saying, anytime you can always alter the surface, guys. It's not, you're not stuck on this surface. I'm not stuck on 240 because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a 500, hit it. I'm gonna take 1,000, hit it, and then let's say if I wanted to be a 2,000 or 3,000, 4,000, I'll hit it. Okay. Now with my game, I usually go 500 as my base layer, and let's say if I want 2,000, I just hit it with 2,000. Okay. Of course, I don't have a fancy scanner, scanner. Big shout out to Ron Hickler and CTD. But from what he said is, if you do that, you're probably gonna read it around like 1,500, 1,800, okay? But if it does, but as you bowling, again, the ball is always picking up oil, it's gonna transition, so it's gonna get to 2,000, okay? Every ball reaches stable, which is, I wanna say what, they say like 45?
Yeah, I wanna say 45, 55, something like that.
So it's gonna pick up oil, it's gonna change, it's gonna get to that point to where you'll have to resurface, okay? So don't be afraid to touch your ball with surface.
That will also help give you a more consistent ball motion too, is if you're hitting it, even if you're only bowling 2 nights a week,
right? If
you bowl those 2 nights a week, let's say for 2 weeks, now your ball has so many games on it. Now your ball, depending on, again, if you're in different houses, might get more oil one night than it does the next night.
Yes.
So that's where if you put your ball back to finish, you're not saying you have to do it every week before or every night before league, but if you do it consistently, like for me, I probably do it once every week.
Yes.
And then I would say, depending on if I'm bowling more, again, if I'm going out of town or something, I might do it before I go out of town for any tournament because you want a fresh cover to get the ball to react consistently like you need it to.
Exactly.
If I go out there and I got dirt grime all over this, man, it might hook early one shot, it might go straight the next one. You never know. But if you've messed with it, even if you've, again, just hit it, like for me, I'll just hit it with a light 3,000. I won't even fully resurface it. I'll just hit it with a light 3,000 before a league because that fresh teeth is all I need in my mind to give me a consistent, predictable ball motion.
Yes. Listen, man, this is why, look, this is important. And you can never hit your ball too much. That's, big shout out to Stephen Padilla. You can, and he actually said every night he hits his ball with a 2,000.
Really?
Because he just want that predictable motion.
Yes,
So just picking back off what you said, man, guys, don't be afraid of surface. Learn your game. If you never did it,
try it.
Literally, go get some surface pads. Your pro shop is going to ask you, like, what you need surface for, because they know you. But tell them that, you watch this video and you just want to see what this does for you. Go out there and practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, go hit it with a 500 and see what happens. Hit it with a 2,000. Hit it with a 4,000, okay? If y'all notice in a lot of my videos, if I have something that's polished, I don't even leave the polish up there because of my bowling identity. I'll go straight to 4,000. And they'll still give me the link. They'll still give me the pop, Because sometimes polish just goes too long. Now there's purposes and there's different times where I'm gonna need polish, of course. There's different times I'm gonna need a 240 grit. So that's important, guys. Don't be afraid to hit yourself with surface. Surface is king. Okay, the number one variable that you can control. Surface. All right. So real quick, I just want to show y'all how can you surface again? All this stuff that we have up here you can do by hand, even down to polishing.
Yep.
Now polishing is gonna take a little more elbow grease.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
a whole lot.
It's gonna take a little bit fast. So if you don't have a ball sprinter, important. If you can if you have a ball spinner, you know how you can use it. Anytime you surface, you want to do it on all 4 sides. 1, flip it. 2, flip it. 3, 4. Okay, like kind of say it as a cube. All right. If you same thing with the polish, do it on all 4 sides. If you have a ball spinner. Now, some pro shops are blessed. Shout out to us. We have this fancy
resurface. Yep, the resurface machine.
All right. So what we do is we put the ball in there, go 5, 1, whatever the case may have. All right. Now, if you don't have neither of those, okay, you can do everything by hand. Okay, just make sure you hit all 4 sides, and make sure you do it like, if you want a 2,000, know that you hit it with a 2,000. Okay. If you want a 3,000, make sure you hit it with a 3,000. And again, all you're doing is what I do is that if I'm resurfacing something by hand, I'm going 500 first, and I'll put whatever surface I want on it. Okay. For example, if I want 2,000, I go 500. 500, hit off 4 sides. 2,000, hit off 4 sides, and I'm good to go. I want to say that's what Brunswick do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't really do a lot of walking up, because if you walk it up, sometimes you would make that surface go a little higher, and go a little longer.
Too smooth. And walking it up, it's a matter of changing pads. If you don't have fresh pads, and that's where like we make it a point to change our pads once we see that they're starting to get worn out, or not even really worn out, but worn down.
Yes.
Because I can't tell you I'm putting 1,000 sanded to this ball and it's really like a 2,000 sanded because I've used the pad so much. Like that does us no good. Right. We want to make sure everything is consistently done the same way, and that's where, like Simba said, you can do all this by hand, and that way in your mind, okay, I do this the same way every time. The ball gives me the same predictable motion every time. And if you want to, you can polish it yourself. You might get a good workout in. Then my arms might be like Simba's in. But no, I've learned now that doing it yourself and doing it by hand is even better than, don't get me wrong, pro shops are great. And it's better than going into your pro shop and saying, hey, put this to 4,000 sanded to me.
Yes.
Because my 4,000 sanded might be a dull sanded like this. Somebody's else might be a 4,000 burn.
Yes.
Like this. And again, that's where you're in your mind, if I like a 4,000 sanded.
Yes.
If you do it yourself, I'm going to get that.
Yes.
If you take it to a shop, you don't know what you're going to get. And you're paying them to do it, Make that investment. Buy 4 or 5 pads to start with. Exactly. Because you don't need the 180s, you don't need the 360, but buy 5 and up to start with and go from there. And that way you do it yourself. You have the luxury of having the opportunity to do it before tournaments or leagues. Again, pro shops are great, but what if the shop's not open? What if you're out of town, and I've been there several times where I go out of town and the shop might not be open where I'm at. It might be, a weekend of something else going on. Yep. So different things like that can really hinder you as a bowler, where we now have the luxury that these companies are giving us these not giving us, but selling us these pads to do it ourselves, to take that little bit of guesswork out of play.
Box finish ain't always the best finish. Listen, y'all, I hope y'all hear me, y'all. This is good information, man. Bro, y'all got access to Drew, bro. I'm telling this is good stuff. This is good stuff, man. He just dropped nuggets. And then you kind of appreciate it when you do it yourself.
You do.
You know what I'm saying?
You do.
Because you know what you created. You know what you did. And now, like he said, I'm just literally reiterating everything he said. You know when you get another ball or a ball in that nature or things in that nature, you like, I hit that with 2,000. I like what that did. I know what I did to achieve that 2,000.
Yes, yes.
Know? It's not like you got some, this is true, you got some, the ball may say, I want to say the Equinox Solid to be exact. I want to say they said the box was 2,000. That was not no 2,000. That thing was like a 15.
It did, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so again, box finish is never the perfect. Again, based on your bowling identity. What do I mean? Am I speed dominant? Am I rev dominant, or am I a match bowler? And if I am a match bowler, am I low speed? Am I low speed, low rev, medium speed, medium rev, or high speed, high rev? So you got rev dominant, speed dominant, match bowler. Okay. If you are speed dominant, surface is your friend. Yes. Okay. Big shout out to Temp Toolkit. If you get access to that app, record yourself bowl. They actually walk you through the steps on how to do it. They'll literally show you like who you like, the type of bowler you are. If you're speed dominant, rev dominant, match. Okay.
Subscription is only like $10, so it's worth it.
And we're not even sponsored. I promise we're not.
No,
we're not.
But Simba got me to look at it and start using it. And once I saw the freebie version of it, I was like, oh, let me pay this $10 and get the year subscription. Like, why?
It's worth it.
It is, and it does. It helps you not just us in the shop,
Yes.
but us coaching
Yes.
or us as bowlers helping other bowlers. You know, it's all about growing the sport. Let's help each other. Let's not bash somebody for bowling good. Let's support them. Let's applaud them. Let's be happy for somebody having a personal best, even if it's against our team. You know, we're on the downside of things when it comes to the handicap bowlers whooping up on us because they love to do that. And let's support them. Let's applaud them. Let's not say, man, you shouldn't have bowled that. You averaged 120. You shouldn't have shot a 200 game. Guess what? Everybody has a good night. Everybody has a great day.
Chill out, Drew. Chill out, bro.
Yeah, my bad.
Y'all almost got Andre. Chill out. Y'all almost just met Andre, boy. Y'all want to make Andre, boy. But yeah, he's right. He's right, guys. He's right. So on the 10-pin toolkit app, it'll show you like once you record yourself, you can actually get your rev rate, you can get your MPHs, and then the MPHs out your hand versus the MPHs down lane. So
big difference.
Yeah, it is a big difference. So it'll show you what kind of bowler you are as far as your bowling identity. Now check your PAP. That's important. Now
that is important.
All right, we already got that video out there. Make sure you go let Drew's in it. You know what I'm saying? But you're probably speed dominant. Let's say if you get a ball freshly drilled, let's say all your other stuff working, blah, blah, blah. So you get a ball freshly drilled, and it's a pearl, it comes polished. You throw it, you like, I just don't like this ball, it's not doing it. That's because you probably need to knock the polish off. You're speed dominant. You need that ball to read a little earlier, okay? If you're rev dominant, i.e. Josh, LJ, the guy, my little brother I bowled on the channel, he's rev dominant. He don't like his stuff that picks up super early because he has so much revs but slower speed. So he's already left just because he has to give his ball time. So he would like more polish. He would like his ball to get down the lane before it makes his turn, before it starts to hook in the oil. All right. And if you match, like what you said earlier, it kind of depends on the lane conditions. All right. Me, I'm a high rev, high speed match bowler. You're like mid speed, like 2 revs match bowler. All right. So being that he's matched,
I got more than Dub. I'm just saying.
Right. Just one more. But being that you're matched, you know, it depends on the lane conditions.
Yeah.
So for me, out the gate, shiny, no. Okay, I'll probably go with like 1,500, 2,000.
Yep.
Where 1,500 is probably more my benchmark. 2,000 may be more of his benchmark.
Yeah.
You know? And it's, again, take the time out to resurface stuff. Learn your game, man. Learn your bowling identity, bro. So that's important. That's important. So
I hear before Bowling League Monday night, I said, guess what? I'm hitting this bad boy with fresh 2 and shot 279 game 1.
Yeah, that's his average, yo.
I missed 10-pin first ball, the 10th frame, but we won't talk about that. We won't talk about that.
That's how he stands. He don't want to shoot 300 every night, so he missed 10-pin, you know what I'm saying?
So that lets me know the surface is, again, what I like to start with. And then, again, I have a bowling ball with shine to it that when this is starting to be too smooth and not kicking out that 10-pin or not kicking out my corner pins, I know I need something with that more check mark. I need something with some shine to it. I need that ball that can really take off the spot as opposed to, again, that surface is going to just control the back end just a little bit. Even if it's a higher surface, it's going to make it just a tad bit more of a sweeping motion where the shine is going to give it that more check off the spot motion.
What most league bowlers kind of want to see.
Right.
But then they get upset when the polish start doing what the polish is supposed to do in the oil. When it slides. And you like, oh, that ball don't look. Well, you threw it in oil, you know, so...
That was me, 8th frame last night.
Yeah, in fact. He threw it. Yeah.
Pocket 810. I'm like, what happened? Someone's like, hey man, you got it in the oil a little bit too much.
He really did. It's because he had this in the ball. But anyway, but guys, this is good information, guys. Again, it's always an honor to get my guy Drew on the channel, man. Very knowledgeable, good bowler too, bro. He averaged, but he got 5 300s. I'm trying to catch him, but he won't let me. So I only got 3.
I had a good couple weeks, that's all it was.
But guys, I appreciate y'all stopping by, getting this good information. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Don't be afraid to ask questions, guys. Again, I hope y'all notice that we're the kind of channel that I appreciate all the new subscribers that we have. We're the kind of channel that we want to educate, uplift, drop information on you. So don't be afraid in the comments, guys. Like this is my speed, this is my rev rate, this is what I have. My ball, blah, blah, blah. What kind of service do you think? Ask. You know.
Ask questions.
Ask for sure.
One of the biggest things that I think a lot of bowlers love about the pro shop is that is a safe place for you to go and just pick brains. Like even if it's not the pro shop, the pro shop operators themselves, bowlers come in and talk amongst each other and just, again, bounce ideas off each other. Some of myself, we do that all the time in here. We'll be talking about things and it's like, maybe I should do this. And we just give each other feedback on what we see or what we might, what we think about the things. And that's huge for all bowlers. The game has changed. Like everything has changed. Everything has evolved. And so with bowling, now we have the knowledge to know about the standing pads. We have the knowledge to know what it does to bowling balls, what the difference makes in, the grits in the standing pads, the polish on the balls. we know now so much more than I knew back then. And if we can help push that knowledge and help explain it, that's all we want. Like, we want people to know and understand what happens when, what does what, why should we change, when we change, like things like that. If we can help each other out, makes everything that much better.
Yes. So, guys, just good information, guys. Great that we have Drew. Another thing, too, when you get into service, it helps you read your ball motion front to back. So, don't be afraid to get out there and play with it. Whoa. Pause. Wait. Never mind. But don't be afraid to get out there and surface your balls. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, most important, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man. Make sure you continue to have fun out there. And most importantly, the most important part of the whole thing, make sure you remember.
New frame, new game.
My dog.
Hey.
Peace.
Yeah, every day, same grind, same time, stay positive, y'all. Ain't trying to link, yeah. If there won't be no profit involved, let's put our heads together, get a master plan to get a stack of bands. Or every time you need to hold some cash, you wanna ask your mans. If you ain't chasing this money, then I cut you off like it's nothing.
Y'all, you don't even know how to operate the mic.
What I was gonna say?
Just hold the power button.
Button at the bottom?
There's only one button up there, y'all. Give me the mic, Drew. Gosh almighty. There you go, man. Golly, man. Well, hooked on phonics. What you do?
Hey, man, mine has 3 buttons, so I ain't know.
For real?
Yeah, I got the cheap one, man. It's on I got 3 little ones on the side. It's that TikTok mic. That's what it was.
That T-move. Alright.
Yeah, sorry.
I bet.
Toop.
Did you see?
I was gonna come out, I was gonna be like, hey, man.
You could have did that, man. Show me your side, man. Wait, what you would have did?
No. Going out back, hey, man. Beast 6 brands now.
Yeah.
Use the compound.
Look like we got a booth.
I know, right? It really does.
That was good.
Look, I said I ain't gonna mess up this time.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
Keep your head in the game. You ever seen Joe Live when he was like?
Yeah. He was like, what? He was like,
what's the last rule?
Keep your head. He's like, head up, head in the game. Keep your head in the game. Oh man, no.
If you don't read this rule book,
your head will be shaved.
So what you saying? You need a bald head now?
Nah. I do need a trim up though. Oh Lord.